の番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight, episode 8. Last week on Revue Starlight, last week's episode was utterly nutty bonkers with bomb sauce and a side of buttered banana muffins. It was fucking bullshit. We just introduced timefuckery into our story, and anytime you do anything like that, you've completely altered all the underlying assumptions of the story. Everything that has come before is now suspect, and everything that comes after is now suspect. Though now that we know, we're going to be finding out bits and pieces of what Nana has been up to and how that's been affecting things. But holy shit, we are in a time loop orchestrated by Daiba Nana in order to hold on to the perfect miraculous experience of the 99 Starlight and to prevent time from moving forward. She continuously, every year, battles for the top spot, wins it, and uses her wish, uses her magic reality-altering power granted to her by Kirin to reset everything back to that day so that they can continue on with nothing changing. A frozen world, a la Ikuhara, a la Penguin Drum, a la all of the things, and it makes a lot of sense. Why is Nana always around giving snacks and foods and things to people? Why does Nana seem to know when things are going to be happening and happen to put herself right in the exact position she needs to be in order to manage or manipulate or alter things? Just subtly, just slightly. Oh, now we know. Now we know why. Nana is obsessed with that past, with the perfection that she experienced, and she is desperate to cling on to it at all costs, at any cost. At the cost of herself. And she is losing herself, has lost much of herself. We don't know how many iterations she's been through, really, but I had speculations about some of the sequences, like that timeline-looking sequence in the previous episode, and some other people have gone, yep, that seems to make a lot of sense, that would line up. So we've been through this loop a lot of times. Daiba Nana is not a high school girl anymore. Daiba Nana is a high school girl who is then frozen and experienced this one-year loop 30, 60, 100 times? Daiba Nana is mentally like 100 years old. She is old mentally and twisted mentally because she's been experiencing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and convincing herself that she's content with that. But she's suffering in it. We see that in her face, in her expression, and the way that she interacts with Kirin, in the almost the best thing I can liken it to, and I likened it to this before, almost drug addict-like persona behavior where she needs that next hit even though it doesn't do anything for her. It doesn't make her happy anymore. It just brings her to baseline. She needs everything to go just right in order to be barely okay. And that's what she's holding on to because she doesn't have anything else. And that's fucking awful. And now we find out that this particular iteration, this particular loop that we're focusing in on, is the one where things go wrong for Daiba Nana, where things get a little fucky, and all of it has to do with the arrival of Hikari. Hikari arrives, apparently brought by Kirin, and I think we're going to find out a lot more about that in this episode, how she got here, why she got here, what Kirin did, all that jazz. But she arrives in the weird metaspace and seemingly defeats Nana, allowing everything to continue onward into the future. So, everything that we've seen in this iteration from Nana since Hikari arrived is her essentially scrambling to maintain control over the whole play, the whole process. Her moving from stage girl to backstage is in order to manipulate things and ensure that she can make choices in the background, choose who's playing who and things like that. But she's also convinced herself that she's going to be able to make Hikari a part of her play, a part of her loop, a part of her system. But we've already seen that Hikari is breaking that system down just by her presence. Things are going wrong for Nana. And that scares me quite a bit because, as previously stated, this character is not necessarily rational. This character in my mind, needs to be treated with the same kind of caution that a fiending drug addict needs to be treated with. If you are interacting with a coke or meth or heroin addict who has not had their fix in a while, you're in a dangerous place. You're in a dangerous position. And if you somehow threaten their next fix, if they feel like you're in their way, you're in real danger. You're in a bad spot. So I am worried for Hikari, but I'm also pretty convinced that we're going to find out more about Hikari, because the end title for the next episode or little thing was To Where the Light Leads, or To the Light, or something like that. But the actual hiragana for it is Hikari Sasuoye, or something. Forgive my terrible pronunciation. So Hikari's the light, right? Where does the Hikari lead? Probably back to Karen. I expect that we will focus on the Hikari side of the whole Karen interplay thing, how she feels about their promise, any of that kind of backgroundy information, and then something about how she got to the place we saw her last episode, where she was in the weird fighting pit arena place thing and defeated Dai Banana, not necessarily knowing what she was doing by doing so, but being manipulated, we assume, by Kirin in order to make a more interesting play, I think. That's a lot. That is a lot. The important thing is everything has changed. We're going to be on the lookout for weird fucky things. I can't wait to see more horror around Dai Banana if we can do that, because some of the horror scenes that we got around her last episode were fucking wonderful. And I'd like to find out more about Hikari. If we are going to have these two characters, Hikari and Karen, be the dynamic duo that breaks free, we need to know more about Hikari. She has not been much of a character up until this point. I mean, she's had tons of characterization and stuff, but we haven't seen things from her perspective. We haven't gotten inside her head. We just barely came to realize that she actually cares about the promise and isn't completely ignoring Karen. And then we haven't touched on her almost at all since then. Except in relation to other characters, like Mahiru being jealous and things like that. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out more about her, maybe more about her history, how she was brought to the academy and why, and how she feels about the promise and things. Where's she at mentally? What does she want to do? What are her goals and dreams and things? And that's what I want to know. So let's go ahead and dive on into episode 8 of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight and see what we have in front of us now that the entire foundation of the show has been shaken. Will we just pretend that it hasn't happened? Will we just act like it hasn't, but do things in the background that make us suspicious until they kind of come to the fore? Or are we going to be upfront with it and just be like, yep, Dai Banana, you're fucking things up now. Let's go beat you, and we'll have like a battle with her at the end here and defeat her and make her see the light. I don't know, but it would be thematically relevant if Hikari was the one who made her see the light, given her name and stuff. Okay, let's watch this episode. I've got episode 8 of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight up and ready to go. I am, as usual, using the Ripple subs. Thanks, Gail. This episode is sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just go ahead and get your copy ready, because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. Okay. Hello, Mini Hikari. Looks like we're... her and Karen at the top. Okay. She didn't have that bracelet. What the fuck? Hmm. Hmm. And OP. It would be cool if the OP changed a bit. JoJo style, now that we have the big reveal. I don't know if that's the big reveal. It's a reveal. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's plenty more. I might pause once I have a clear moment. I'm not gonna pause. There's a moment in the OP that I've missed before. The button reforming itself out of little fragments. Okay, we're focusing on Hikari. Okay, this is when she's away. So this is when she was at that school in Britain, right? God, she has so much branded shit. Is that a branded toaster that brands her toast with the brand of the toaster? Jesus. She's a mess. big Tsubasa vibes. One step closer. All right. And how about you, Hikari? Are you... Don't push it. Ah. Not something you want to forget. Okay. Okay, so she cares, she keeps the picture, she cares, and she holds on to the promise, and good. Wow. London Bridge is falling. Okay. Sweet. Did you respond with that in a like message? Okay. Yeah. What were things like here at this place? Yeah. What was this place like? Sounds just like Seijo. Like exactly like Seijo. Okay. Yeah. This is we're using the same cuts from episode 1 but of a different school. This is the same introduction for Seijo, right? Seisho, right? Yeah, it is. And it's almost exactly the same lines too. She's really cute. All right, practicing solo. Star. Okay. Oh, and we are at this slide. Dun, dun. Yeah, you gotta match your impedance levels in order to sync up and transform. And then you say flip flapping. Oh my god. That's so cruel. Oh. Honestly, that's fair. What? Oh, that's so cute. How can you refuse? Oh, that's a little much. You're gonna fall down those steps. Nah, she's reaching out, pulling you up. Good. Cute. And of course, the background kind of matters. Oh, okay. So our promise was here. And that's where it all started. Welcome to the world of Ikuhara and Ikuhara-inspired shows. A character says Unme, and their whole life is fucked. Oh, oh, it was really because you wanted to become stronger. Ah, I got okay. So the promise didn't occur on Tokyo Tower. Exactly. Reunite. Okay. Okay. Going off for the independent training. Get better on your own. And that's something. Don't burn yourself out, though. Oh, you don't go to that school. Oh, it's the bridge. Welcome to Dondon. What? I just couldn't. Please. Please. No more English. Actually, that's not true. Go for it. Okay. So she's across the world, right? Oh my god, that's Nana. Wait, is it? Is that Nana? What's with her hair? Well, that's what I want. Whatever that means. Right. Which has some meaning now, maybe. Oh, that's an ominous little bit of strings. Ooh, suited up. That is not the blade that she has later. That is not the weapon she has. Ah, welcome to last place. Oh, so she fights up. Got it. She battled her way, and she's loving it. But who is she fighting? All right, that's Top Star. That's a girl from her school. Wait. What? Number 2. Unable to transcend. Good morning. Nothing has changed. But the next call will be different. So she couldn't do it. There. Uh-huh. Eternal star, baby. Become suddenly? Wait. What? Has she lost? Okay. Has she lost? Did she? Has she? Oh my god, we were right. I think we were right about the shifting of talent around. Judy got talent. Hikari lost her passion. And thus her blade changes, right? The glimmer is gone. Dude, it was stolen. Dude, she knows that it can be stolen. Yo, that hand. What? That's not the script. That's not in the script. Going off script. And now you're going to lose your spot. Oh, it's nothing so simple or so concrete. Evolution time, death? She forgot about the promise! Her reason. The most precious thing for a stage girl will be lost. Her reason. And it's the promise that brings her back. Bingo. Reconnection. Why do I feel this way? I don't understand. What was that? Uh-huh. What is going on? What was done to me? What kind of bargain did I just strike? Oh! Oh, wow, and the giraffe statue. Of course, I didn't even put that together in my brain. You're gonna have to. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. Across the bridge. Right. Yep. Yep. Look at her little knife. Little baby knife. There it goes. You agreed. Ah. Dude, I called so much of this. What the fuck? It was supposed to be complete. The promise held her out. Here's another chance at double or nothing. But you lose more. Right. Compete alongside. Oh my god, there's actually a mechanic. Dude, the splayed legs thing is fucking stupid. Ridiculous. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, and he's the Eiffel Tower! Or the Tokyo Tower. He's Tokyo Tower! Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So go fight Nana. Yeah, you will. Does he mean Nana or does he mean Karen? Who can say? Oh my god. Revue of Solitude. Oh my god. A moment of wow. A pendulum, everything hanging in the balance. Ooh. And her light is behind her. Hello, Nana. Where's your other sword? What is this location? What is this location? Oh, I'm in. Turning up the volume. Uh-huh. It'll all be fine because it's predictable. Fuck off. She's gonna pull it out. God damn it. Even a small glimmer. All your pain? Yep. Alright, where's your strength, Hikari? From whence does your strength come? Nope. Turn back in the face of despair. Oh, back here. The hand again. A repeat. Can you hold on? Nope. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm good. Please no. Oh, that's going on simultaneously. On a different level. A battle we really haven't? Okay. Alright, Hikari, let's go. She has to win this, right? Because otherwise she wouldn't continue. Oh, but it's real now. Not stage dressing. Can your reenactment get in the way? To brag? You got what you wanted. But then... Didn't expect that. Ooh, what a line! Ah! And this is the battle where Hikari arrives. Or where Karen arrives. Yup. 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 That stupid Karen. And yet... Oh, dude! Right, you can't win, but... Right. Alright, so she's way on the back foot now. What are you gonna do? How is she going to make this happen? Oh. Complete change in perspective. Oh yeah. We do like an Urokoshi eye, but on the hairpiece. Dude. Glimmer, baby. Rebirth. New blade. She's gonna win it. One strike. Nope, we're gonna go all out. Okay, good. So close, so close. Oh my god. Lost a blade. Who's on the back foot now? There's our one strike. And Nana falls. Will Hikari stumble first? Nope. Beautiful. Simultaneously. All right. Winning together. Yeah. What's up? We fucking did it. Let's go talk to Nana. Never mind, I guess we're not talking to her. Oh, we are. Right. Unless you change the name of the game. Okay, so that is what Kieran meant. Okay. Together. Fly me to the stars. Hello, Hikari. Hello. Anything weird about this one? Oh, that's Karen singing, right? Huh. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, reaching down. Will she be reaching down and touching the star? Yep. Okay, so it's standard. All of these scenes are normal so far. Cool. Oh, hello. Okay. We're tied with Nana. Is it? Deska. I'm sure you do, Kieran. Wait, what? That's not the line, Kieran. That's not your line. What are you doing, bud? On the night of the Star Festival. Okay. This is a cool episode. Jeez. Okay, episode 7 is a real standout because it's so different and because it changes so many things, right? I think I like this episode more. I'm not sure why. There are bits and pieces that I definitely like more. Hikari's the battle, the review song is absolutely fantastic. I really like this review song a lot. Once it really kicks into gear and truly gets going, it's wonderful. The actual review battle and fight choreography is fantastic. The set piece of the entire Tokyo Tower falling from on high and like demolishing the entire audition hall, almost as though their promise is coming and crushing everything that was there before. I don't know if that's a good interpretation. I need to see it again to figure it out. I'm not sure how to interpret it at the moment, but like that's the first thing that jumps to my mind is like that's a strong symbolic representation of their promise entering into the stage, and when it does, it transforms in Hikari's favor at the same time that she regains some of her glimmer, and her blade itself becomes a bit of an analog to a mini Tokyo Tower as well, with the four main legs of the tower splaying out, right, and the main spire in the middle. Her blade essentially kind of becomes that as well, right? It's got the 4 spikes and stuff. She's regaining bits and pieces of her glimmer through her connection to Hikari. That's fantastic. The music for the song itself, I think, is the best one we've had so far of the review songs. I think it's the most tonally fitting for the emotions of the characters. It's the most hype in terms of just being cool and fitting the way the scenes go. and it's just pure badass. I'm fully rooting for Hikari in this, and it's because of what we've seen throughout the course of the episode. This is excellent. The other things that really stand out are the use of repetition, the whole opening sequence here, and then the whole, like, this whole sequence as well, her entire voiceover showing us her day-to-day and explaining the nature of the school. This is all repeat, right? I think what I need to do... How do I do this? Okay, give me a sec. I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to open both VLC and MPC next to each other. And I'm going to open episode 8 and episode 1 in VLC and MPC, and then I'm going to screen share or record my screen. Hopefully this doesn't fuck up my whole recording, which is totally possible. Okay, fit to screen. There we go. That'll do. Okay, so we can see both of these, and then from there we can kind of go through. So we open with this thing. We got episode 8 on the right, episode 1. You can see them on the top bar as well, right? One is in VLC, one is in MPC. They're the same. Opening sequence. Oh, look, that's familiar, isn't it? Next sequence. Kind of. No, we get the story of goddesses. Right, okay. She sees the big thing. This is more focused on individual characters and herself upon that stage. She gives more of the explanation for it. Let us go to pluck that star together. Question. Weird question. I know this is a silly thing to mention, but the bracelets? Oh, I guess it's Hikari's left hand and Karen's right hand. Okay. That makes sense. So her having a bracelet on her right hand doesn't matter. Cool. Musical Revue Starlight, and here we have the actual awakening sequence. This is with Mahiru. Karen-chan, come on. But what I want is the narration. There we go. First line, Seisho Music Academy. Together, and then the OP, and then voiceover. We get the intro from that. The response that was never sent. And so that I can become a star here. Prestigious female academy. Room of stretching. Room of girls standing around. Her jumping, which is similar to the Claudine jumping. All these scenes of all the stuff that they do generally. Inside class and outside. Yeah. Okay. There are a lot of similarities. It's not one-to-one, though. Cool. We can close this and go ahead back to the normal way of looking at things. Cool. Very cool. Still does feel like a repetition, though. And Judy is in every shot, which is kind of cool. Okay. To that promised stage, and we find out that they made that promise upon the little mini slide, a little tiny peak. And this is just the cutest scene. It's ultra cute. Hikari trying to be sort of Stonewall-y, kind of channeling Futaba energy a little bit. And Karen just being the gooberest is wonderful. I won't see you. You can't call me on the phone. Could I call you though? Could I send you letters though? This whole thing in terms of just big doe-eyed little cute kid character animation that you just can't refuse. Yeah, that's bomb diggity. I like it a lot. It's really good. I like it so much. Super cute. And then the transition into Joy. I thought she was gonna fall down the stairs, man. I really did. But no, she is pulled up, and we make our promise together. And she says Unmei. Oh boy. Woo! Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Characters start talking about Unmei in an Ikuhara-inspired show. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. The sirens go off. All right, so we gaze up at the peak that is beyond us. We buy our cute little thingamajiggies. Hell yeah. Oh wait, they buy them for each other, don't they? Oh, they do. Okay, I didn't catch that at first. They buy them for each other. Okay, that's crucial. Okay, right? Their glimmer comes from each other. See how they're glimmering? The little pins, they're glimmering. They're giving it to each other of their own volition. Right? It's the opposite of competition. Working off of each other and actually improving together. How do you fly in the face of a system that actually has an innate mechanic that removes your abilities? If you win together. You win with each other's power, and then neither of you lose anything. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but it allowed Hikari to maintain some of her glimmer in the present. That's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Okay, so we've got this. She is pushing herself, right? We got that one line from Karen that don't push yourself, don't overexert or anything. That's a non. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And Judy's always there, but she's pushing. The dagger that she forms, I just realized, is the dagger on the poster of this play. Something key. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. But she is pushing, and she's pulled into an audition. The audition process isn't limited to Seisho. Kirin isn't limited to Seisho. The audition process is universal for any creatives, any performers, right? The system works the same way because the system is a representation of the real world system. Whether you're a classically trained Shakespearean London actor, singer, dancer, or a Japanese one, it's still the same system, right? Same ideas with popularity. It's got differences to it in the way that the plays are structured, in the way that character roles are laid out. Like, the Takarazuka Revue is not a worldwide concept. But performance, being at the top of your game, reaching for the stars, the glimmer, all of those things are applicable universally to anyone who's performing. So of course they have a battle stage for themselves. Of course they do. Wow. Okay, and then Kirin speaks in the English, because of course he does. If this doesn't work out, I'll just cut it out, but I would like to determine whether I can determine if this is the same Kirin, if this is the same giraffe. Because I'm not sure it is. What if there's a different arrangement of spots? I know that's a crazy thing to think, but what if there is? Well, I'll keep this up. I'll do the same thing I did before. Let me pull up episode 1 again. In MVC right next to it. Because I'm pretty sure we see some close-ups of Kirin in episode 1. And I'll switch to the display capture once more. Okay, it's further along in the thing, right? Once she really gets here, we start to see, oh, it's the exact same shot. Okay. It appears that the pattern of spots on Kirin is identical because it's the exact same frame. Okay, well, and then we wanted to know, and now we know. So, because that would have been really interesting to know either way, right? If it's the same giraffe in both locations, that's interesting. And if it's not the same giraffe in both locations, that's interesting. This makes it even more weird and metaphysical. Less like there's a regional giraffe boy who manages Britain and a regional giraffe boy who manages Japan. No, they're just the giraffe, which is good because he's symbolic, right? He's a representation of something. Okay, but she gets her first call to the auditions, and it's here. It's the audition here. It's the same experience that Hikari that Karen kind of has. And her opponent. It's not Nana, but it's similar, right? Somebody strong. Somebody who's already the top star. A bit of a Maya analog, perhaps. And of course, we get the same lines that Kirin always uses. And we see inside Hikari's mind that she doesn't compute this, right? These words equate in her mind to the promise. Oh, this is the route to the promise. Emitting an infinite glimmer, unleashing their full potential. Awesome. Sounds good. Transcend time to shine on? Stage of destiny? That sounds like exactly what I talked to Karen about. All right, let's do it. And her sword is different. Dramatically different. Interesting. Okay, Karen, I'll be waiting for you. And this is a perfect flip side to a line that Karen said to Hikari when she ran off to the auditions when Hikari was trying to keep her confined, keep her in the shed. Karen said something like, "I'll be back once I've won," right? It's that overconfidence. "I'll be waiting for you at the top, right? On the stage of destiny. I'll make it there. But you won't." But she fought, and she fought, and she fought, and she made it to second, and we see in this little moment there, and then there's one more. A little bit closer. There. She's loving it, right? She's in it. There's no questioning. There's no doubt. She's moving up the ranks. She's gaining power. She's getting good. And she loves it. This is good. This is competition. This is how it feels to be a competitor and to be making it, to be seeing progress and to be moving up the standings, whatever the competition is. So we montage flash through them, and suddenly it doesn't go well. All these battles go great until they don't. Big shock. What the heck? Second you are. And Judy stands above. But what matters, what's interesting is not this. It's this. It's what happens next. She lost something. Physically lost something. A piece of her is gone. 4192. What was the initial weight? It's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's small enough to be normal variation, you know? Take a big poop and that's the kind of variation you might see. But she takes it seriously. Because it's serious. So we have to take it seriously. She's lost something. Physically lost something. And someone else has gained. Oh my god, I am so proud of myself. This doesn't happen that often. This doesn't happen that often where I really feel like I nailed something without knowing for sure. Oh, I'm so proud of me. Ugh. Sorry, I know it's super annoying to gloat like that, but goddamn, I'm really pleased with that. Just the scene of the two staircases moving set all that thought into motion, and now we get confirmation. There is some transference of ability going on here. It doesn't seem like it's ability, though. It seems like it's glimmer. It seems like... Well, okay, we know it's glimmer, but that wasn't what I wanted to say. It doesn't seem like it's ability. It seems like it's drive. It's motivation. It's goal. It's that caring. Which is super interesting, right? Because mechanically, if we think of this as like game mechanics, right? Then the stats that the character has, singing ability, acting ability, dancing ability, just like all of those things, those don't change. They still have the capacity to be great, right? When glimmer is removed, what's removed is the desire, the drive, the goal. And that says that that's what's important. And it also tells us that as long as an individual has the innate talent to reach that point initially, all they need is the drive to continue improving, and they will remain an eternal star. That's what that says, right? So that portion of this episode interacts in really interesting ways with previous episodes about characters, previous episodes that may have focused on the dynamic between like hard work and talent and things like that. Because if we take everything in this episode at face value, if we take what we see here as rote, and we kind of have to, because this is the first time we see it happen. We see the end of an audition. There hasn't really been an end of the audition for us, for our world, because it never ends. Because every time Nana gets to the point where she would suck up everybody else's power or whatever, she resets, so everybody maintains their ability and their drive and their motivation remains the same. Until she wins. She ends up unchanged, except, you know, she's losing touch with herself. And And nobody else ends up changed because she resets all of that. So we would have had no idea up until this point. This is the first time we get to see it, and it has to be somewhere else because Seisho is caught in a loop. Right? Oh, but. Okay, the Hoshimi episode at the very start. We presented that in a large part as like Hoshimi is a character who is hyper driven, right? But she doesn't have the innate talent, maybe. And that's fucking rough. And then on Mahiru's side, when she feels like she's lost her glimmer, her whole motivation is to be with Karen, right? And she feels like she's lost that, and so she can't compete. But once she realizes that that's not the way these things work, and she has a core motivation of her own from her distant past, once she reunites with that core motivation, her talent blooms again, and she's respected amongst the others. Not a top competitor, but respected, and a part of the team, right? It's drive, it's motivation. It's always that. And that's all that's necessary for someone to improve dramatically, if they already have the talent innately. And we see these scenes, Hikari just in shock, right? What the hell happened? What is wrong with me? Why do I feel weird? So we come to the play itself. And Judy has the spotlight, right? Even with Hikari center stage. It's a false throne. Because she's not invested. She doesn't feel anything now. The smoke, the background. This is really interesting that it doesn't line up here. Like the pieces only line up from a certain perspective into a grasping, reaching hand. She can't do it. She can't hold on. And once we cut here, yeah, it's a hand, right? It's nothing. It's just an exploding stage piece. But here, it's reaching out and looming, grasping. Interesting. This isn't in the script. Failure. So she's going through her head. 11 2-pound coins. She's thinking all of the physical things that could be that weight. A kidney. 2-pound coins. A jar of hand cream. These are the equivalents of the things that I've lost, but they're not right. What have I lost? And so we enter into the past. The deep past, the fossilized past. Why? Why are we here? Why the skeletons? Is it just so that we can have the skeletal Kirin? Or is it more than that? It's like walking through the halls of history, of evolution. Why is every symbol a dolphin? Oh, because that's the dolphin area. Got it. That's the porpoise area. Okay, fishy. And it's at this moment that I realize that what she's lost is her motivation, is her connection to Hikari. I really like some of the shots in this whole sequence. They're cool. They're cool. The way we frame these fossils as she's walking through, like this, and then like this, and then the T-Rex looming. They're creepy. They're cool. Why was I standing on the stage again? Completely lost touch. An empty, dark path. Oh, right. That thing. My promise. Wait a second, I just called it that thing. What the fuck is wrong with me? What did Kirin do to me? And it's revealed that it is a giraffe behind her. Oh boy. And then, when we see the shadow again, where is it? Yeah. Oh, that's so spoopy. Oh, I love it. Right? Portions of the giraffe should not be producing shadow. There are no ears. There's no flesh covering the rest of the mouth. And yet, oh, interesting. That's not a vertebra. Huh. There's flesh here. There's an ear. Oh, spoopy. Okay, so we enter it once more. We are given the lines again, but this time it's Hikari speaking. And she's realized the truth of the deal that's being made. But if we lose, if you gamble, everything will be taken from you. And this should not have happened. This is a mistake on the part of Kirin, right? The intent was for her to never remember that this had happened. How many people has Nana saved, kind of? And how many were destroyed before? But that's commentary on the system, isn't it? How many people aiming for the top find that they can't do it and are transcended by their peers and lose everything and fail and lose literally everything because they have no other options anymore. But they're not good enough. They've dedicated their lives to performance and they can't. Ooh, baby. And there it is. The birth of a top star requires a fair amount of fuel, you see. So we were, like, spot on. It's not just that he wants the energy released or the chemical reaction because it's cool and he wants to witness it. No. Kirin actively is making it happen, right? Needs that fuel. And the easiest way to get it is by pulling it from others. Ooh. An industry that chews people up and churns them out. Okay. Cool. So that's the glimmer that was stolen. Absolutely. And failed to predict that this much would remain. Because this is unexpected. Because she has that connection to Hikari. So her sword, which is, from what people have said, is probably considered like the most top tier of the weaponry. Nice long sword is the good stuff, right? Size of weapon is relevant to height and relevant to like ability to perform. What she gains is flexibility, right? And connection. She loses the blade and it becomes this tiny dagger, this tiny push dagger. But it gains this thread, the steel wire to it, that gives her a lot of range and control and an ability to fuck with people, you know? It becomes an interesting weapon. Small but determined, pointed, sharp. And a lot of its value is built upon that thread of connection, right? A lot of the glimmer went into that. I wonder if Hikari and Karen's weapons will ever become connected. Some kind of like mutual transformation bullshit. And that seems too on the nose. But here we go. Kirin doubles down. A new opportunity. Why is he doing this, you think? I think he's trying to cover. He's expecting that because of her weakened state, she will fail. She will be utterly trounced and defeated, and whatever remaining glimmer she has and memories that she has will be easy to remove, and then she won't be a problem. She won't upset the system. So but maybe. No, you know what? It's a win either way, isn't it? It's a win for Kirin either way. Either Hikari goes to Seisho and gets defeated, loses her memories, and just stops competing, and then there's no threat to the system. Or she manages somehow to defeat Dai Banana, probably the strongest competitor that has been seen by Kirin in any stage at any school so far, just because of her sheer dominance and the fact that she's found a manipulation on the loop. Defeats her, breaking the loop, giving Kirin what he wants. If Kirin needs top stars to be born, then being within the reenactment loop is torture, right? For whatever reason Kirin needs them. Whether it's sci-fi, alien bullshit, Madoka Magica, we need it to to make our species work, or it's more on the symbolic layer of just the ever hungry audience that always needs a new star, right? It works either way, but I think it's more on the symbolic level. Then being in that reenactment is torture because nothing changes, right? It's like the TV only runs reruns always. So the audience needs something new. So it's a win-win for Kirien. Either the loop that sucks is broken up, and something interesting might happen because of the Stage of Destiny bullshit that she and Karen have talked about. We don't know if Kirien believes in that or whatever, but he seems curious about it. He seems like, oh, I'll let that play out, see how it goes. Or she loses all her memories and stops being a threat. Win-win. A new opportunity. Double or nothing, right? Go and compete there. Same lines, same reasons. And then the pose that Kirien takes in this moment. It's pretty fucking intentionally the tower, isn't it? And in a sense, like his back legs being close together, even from this angle, makes them look like they're the further away legs of the tower because of the way that perspective works, right? And it works even better on the other side when he's facing us. It also... Wait. Yeah. So, on the real Tokyo Tower, there isn't a part of a spire that points down, is there? I'm pretty sure we looked at this before, and we're kind of confused by that. I'm pretty sure that doesn't exist. It does not. No, there is the straight elevator center in the middle, and it is solid all the way and goes all the way up. So there's no dangling thing in the middle. No dangling red and white thing in the middle. It's because it's Kirien's tail. It's Kirien's tail. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, even if you must fight that girl one day. So I wasn't sure at this moment whether Kirien was intending to mean Daibanana. If you must fight that girl upsetting the system, right? Or meant Karen. Seems pretty clear he means Karen because of the conversation that Hikari later has with Nana. Bye. No answers for you. And then the Revue of Solitude kicks in. Okay, we start off in this position. Oh man. Stage play where a female lead kills themselves via dagger. Nah, no specifics. Just a powerful image. I guess the transition from a moment of about to give in and give up to turning the dagger toward the opponent, letting it fall, letting it dangle, which to me speaks of allowing things to hang in the balance or a pendulum. Maybe scales of justice? I don't think so. That doesn't work. Pendulum hanging in the balance works. And then all of her light is behind her. That seems important. Because there's definitely an importance to where the lights are positioned in their opening reveals, right? Karen's are a big pathway forward, pointing outward. Nana's are all pointing inward, I think, if I recall correctly. And then a bunch of the other girls are all different. This is all behind her, as though it's pushing her forward and backlighting her. Is that because her glimmer is behind her? It's kind of like a blooming flower almost. I don't know. And then it all disappears into nothing, changes color, glows from the center, all combines into one star in the middle. And that's what frames behind her. cohesion and togetherness. So blue light, gold light, together. All right. Okay. Cool. 6th day of auditions. Review of Solitude. Of course, Nana's in solitude. Nobody else can understand Daiba Nana. Not even close. Hikari's in solitude because she's cut herself off from Karen and from everyone else. Huh. Aim to become the top star. Sing, dance, and fight to win. What is this location exactly? I don't know. I actually don't know. And why is Hikari given a prominent position on the stairs? Is it solely to echo the stage play that she was in before? At the other place? Where's the stage play? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. It's solely to echo this. Cool. And she's given that position because, once again, she's on the throne, if you will. Cool. But she's put upon a pedestal, which is very interesting. And the song kicks in, and I just have to admit to you, I fucking love it. I want this character song. Somebody please send it to me. Hey Gail. I'm sure that there's a release of just this song with like just this song. Can I have it? Thank you. I love you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think this is my favorite of the review songs so far. Pretty easily. What does it remind me of? Because it reminds me of something specific. And this is always a rabbit hole that I go down in, where I'll go looking for something and I won't find it. You know, I actually want to say it reminds me of certain songs from Ruby. That's a weird thing to say, but I really liked the Ruby soundtrack up until a point. Yeah. Yeah, it really does remind me of one of those songs. I'll check it out later, but it does. And it becomes the duet. So, of course, the two of them duet. The actual choreography for this whole thing is wonderful. Yeah, a little bit of, oh, such a tiny little sword. And, this weird sympathy. I don't know how to feel about that. It's very strange. Very, I don't know. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. It's so deadpan. Like, Nana's VA's delivery is so good at selling that she really does believe this, but has no feeling toward it, right? Oh, that's an interesting thought. Nana doesn't have her glimmer anymore, does she? I mean, we figured that out, that she kind of doesn't have it, right? Previously, because she doesn't sparkle in the Mahiru episode, even though that doesn't confirm anything, and some other stuff. But, like, the motivation to be top star is what's lost, is what Hikari loses. Nana, though she continues to win, doesn't gain that, does she? She's lost it as well. She's lost her own motivation. Again, it's more like an addiction. All right, you're already one of us. All of these things. I'll protect you from all of it. No thanks. Big pass. Using my reenactment. I will pass on that. Thanks, dude. Really don't need it. And of course, there is a simultaneous battle. Again, another battle that's questioning Karen's resolve, Karen's drive. This is cool. It's real, right? Instead of the weird disconnected hand thing looming, it's real. Scarier. And she trembles. I just wanted to brag a little. What you didn't expect was that she'd get into it, was that you guys would make that promise. And that's the moment I was born. Boom. My promise with Karen kept me bound to the stage. Again, the string, the thread of connection. Boom, clash. Familiar battles. Familiar moments. But then that stupid Karen. Winner takes all, and yet she sought to protect me. And fuck yeah, she did. And it's wonderful. I remember this scene feeling really good. Yeah. Yeah. Can't deprive Karen of her glimmer, but if I don't beat everyone, I'll lose everything myself. What are we gonna do? Okay, so we see Hikari on the back foot. She keeps charging. Nana's kind of just flicking her aside. Classic, like, martial arts master versus new student, bull rushing them and just being, like, batted off to the side. And it's the simple, naive answer that she clings to. We just need to pass together. We just gotta do it. What are you talking about? This is so simple. Okay, we don't know if that's possible. There's an active, genuine mechanic that removes glimmer from one character and gives it to another. I don't know if that's possible. But she'd never even considered it before, and she finds strength in that consideration. Okay, there's a type of shot called an umakoshi eye. Bing. Let me find an example for you. I'll find one on, like, Sakugaburu or something. I know that there's a tag for it on Sakugaburu, which is very helpful. Umakoshi _ I. We find an example. Just click on anything. What have we got? That's a One Piece movie. I don't care. Don't care. Actually, maybe I should just find one that's actually drawn by Umakoshi. How about that? Yoshihiko Umakoshi. I love Umakoshi's work, man. It's so cool. Okay. I guess we could just use Precure. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Perfect. Is this one better? No, that's Cash Earn. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. Screen capture again? Bingo. Okay, so this is just a Sakugaburu clip from, this is the first scene of the very first episode of Heart Catch Precure. It spoils nothing. There's no sound. Okay, one cure. Good girl. She's white. You can tell. Good colors. Color coded for your convenience. Blues, pinks, light colors, all that jazz. It doesn't really matter. And this is the bad girl. You can tell because she's, like, all dressed in black and has heterochromia and one wing. You can figure it out. She also glows red in case you really couldn't pick up on it. But what we get right here is this moment where she rushes in, and then we get this ultra close up on her eye as she moves forward. You'll see this when characters reel back for punches, when they like start to rush forward, when they'll do a big sword swing or a big deciding moment in a battle, right? And that's exactly what this is. This is a big moment. She gets herself prepped. And then the real one hits right there as she rushes forward. So there are kind of 2 or 3 in here in the whole sequence. Yeah, and then we've got Shipre and Kofre being goobers because they're goobers. I love Heart Catch so much. Simple other example. Yeah. Simple additional example, again with the same character. This is later in the show. But there's no, like, context. There's nothing that will spoil anything. And she closes that eye, which she does often as a character. We get a bit of it here as we zoom in on their eyes, but it's here that we really care about. Get in real close. She opens the eye. We zoom super hardcore into the pupil, and then she attacks or counterattacks. Okay? The big thing with this is, like, it gives us a frame or two to connect to the character because we see their face super close up. And we can actually, like, see their emotion. And being that close up into the eye can be all kinds of things. It can be really, really intimidating or really powerful or give the effect of, like, the flame within the eye or the drive or the motivation. It gives us a personal moment inside a big conflict, right? We go from bombast to the very, very tiny into the impact of the swing or the rush or whatever. And that creates a sense of momentum as well. it also creates a huge sense of momentum as a character is getting closer to us, because they zoom into us really fast, and then we pull away and show what they're actually doing, and it's cool. So what happens here? Well, this is an Umakoshi eye shot, effectively, and it starts traditionally. We move in toward the eye, and we zoom in on it. Is this not the right key? It's not dot to move forward. Oh no, that's within my editor. Jesus. It is E. So we start honing in on the eye, but that's not actually the focus. This is. And the same thing that we saw in like Dark Precure, when we see inside her iris and it almost glimmers for an instant when we see really inside her pupil. You get the same sort of thing off the star. That's kind of cool. And then of course we pull out and show the impact. Sort of. And we move from there. That's super cool. Okay, I don't quite understand this moment. Where does all of this light come from? Is it coming from her blade? No, it's coming from the spotlights and landing upon her blade, and then almost like getting stronger each time. A star itself. And then it begins to morph, and the entire feel changes. The actual animation sequence of the blade morphing, I think, is in some really cool stuff. Look at that. That's super cool. So it flows out, reforms itself into that. Cool. So it's a star, right? Looked upon from the front, or from the tip, pointing at you. It's a star. The same star that's behind her when the lights come on. The same star that's essentially the Tokyo Tower coming from on high, right? Same shape, same design, same idea. And it spears downward and destroys the ruins within. Overshadows everything. The entire system is flipped. This gigantic wave crashes out. More than a ripple effect, right? Huge wave. And that at the hilt, that gem grows, doesn't it? It becomes more solid. And suddenly Nana's serious about this. Some really cool cuts in this whole sequence. And just some fantastic choices. The big set piece moment where one of them, where she, I guess, she sparks like this, swings, knocks Nana back, even though Nana's blocking with both hands. Who cuts the water? Is it Nana with this slice? Okay, she comes super close there. And I think that's the point where she actually damages Hikari's button. Because she does. She manages to damage the button. But this moment right here, where they undercut the entire wave and it collapses and then explodes, that's freaking nice. I want to see it in frame by frame. Okay, glimmer, 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 glimmer. And we'll start from the left side. Slice, slice, slice. And then it's just even. And it holds, it tumbles, then it explodes. Okay. Super cool. I guess we're meant to assume that that is her pulling that cut. Because when we re-enter here, she's in the aftermath of a swing and Nana is barely blocking. Yeah, that was her cut. This is her power. We lose a blade, right? Nana having two swords seems kind of unfair, right? Seems kind of bullshit. Okay, and then we get some extraordinary cuts. The smoke in this whole thing where we see the gleam, the knife cuts through and zooms past us. Zoom. And then the follow-up. Dink. That. I like it. It's fun because we've been talking quite a bit about scenes very much like this, where a body of smoke or vapor or dust or whatever is cut through by a high velocity object moving through it. Because of Girl Zoom Panzer, a lot of the tank battles, a tank will fire and there will be a big explosion of smoke, and then a delayed like almost eye of the storm as the spinning shell cuts through it and warps the wind current around it. So there's this two-stage to the explosion. There's the poof, and it sort of fizzles outward. It's cool. And they nail it here as Hikari cuts through. Whoosh. So much emphasis, so much power to this scene. And that's what sells, you know? That's what sells it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Swinging around at the speed of sound. Very cool, very dynamic, very fun fight. We finally get our final strike, clouds, and victory. Nice. And we cut here to show that Karen is winning her battle at the same time. And she glimmers. Position 0. Even if you must fight her one day. Even so, I will. We don't know. Together with Karen. Good luck. We'll see if that works. You're being overshadowed in this moment as both of you are in spotlights, which is interesting. You're overshadowed in this moment by your own weapon and by your own growth. Interesting. Connected to position 0. But not standing at it. That's interesting. Okay, I'm confused. Where did I see a scene where Hikari's button was damaged? Okay, it happened during the Hoshimi battle. Right. Here. Yeah, okay. Okay. So that's where it was. That's why I was confused, because it's not during the current battle. We're jumping around a little bit. So that arrow that stuck her to the star had damaged her button in that battle. It's not in this one. Good. I was confused about that because I thought it was here because of the similar color scheme. It's all red and stuff. But no. I'd never even considered that before. How could it be so simple? She reaffirms that she wants to do things together with Karen. We'll see how that goes. And then there's this. Moving up the list. Moving up. And Karen and Daibanana are on the same place now. The Destined 2, is it? Wakarimasu. Well, I don't know about that, Mion. I don't know. Okay. This is cool. I really like this episode. I think you could say maybe people might be disappointed by the fact that we don't focus too much on what's been going on with Nana. And things like that. It feels like maybe we should be focusing on more on that because of the big reveal. I take this as the flip side, right? Nana's setup is all we need to see that there is an antagonistic force in play, right? Now we introduce essentially the hero of the story. Essentially Homura is what she's doing, kind of. Not really, but sort of. Kind of. Homer's more like, nah, it's too complicated. Fuck it. Bad analogy. Bad connection. But she's kind of the hero at this point. Karen's just a goober who wants to be a star. Hikari, though, she's here to change things. She's got reasons to. That's cool. So we're seeing the other side of things. We got all the setup that we needed from Nana. Now we get to give her what for. And push her closer to desperation, potentially. The scary thing is when things aren't going Nana's way, right? And this is a step in that direction. And what she'll do when things aren't going her way, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. And then I want to look at that one scene in the OP. Where is it? I might not be able to find it easily without just watching through most of the thing. I know it's once we get, like, here. There. I have never noticed that before. Yeah. This. Right here. Let's just absolutely verify that that was there in the beginning. Oh wait, the thing falling from the tower is the equivalent of the tower falling from the tower. That's kind of neat. Okay, it's past all this. It's over here. Red thing. Yep, it was there. It was there since the beginning. I just never noticed. Wait. Okay. I think that was worth checking, maybe. Just to determine with certainty that's not changed in any way. Good. Okay. Last thing for me to do is probably to go through the whole song, which I'll just have to do. I'm just gonna listen to it again. I don't care, and I'll just pay attention to lyrics. So I will do that, and then I'll have to cut it out because copyright. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay. Well, I just rewatched the whole battle sequence, and I will tell you right now that watching it again and really paying attention to the lyrics, I got chills. I got big chills. A lot. Multiple times. This moment, the whole build up to this moment right here is so perfect musically. It's so perfect. Coming right up until and then down we go, right? We go into the instrumental interlude as she tries to fathom this, tries to figure it all out. We're brought to the depths of despair, right? We're gonna be defeated by Nana, and we flash back to the moment of strength, the moment that we founded that promise together. But more importantly, the more recent moment where we reforged that promise together. Timeline fuckery is happening. That's okay. That's the thing. That's the simple thing that she needed. And she gets it. The music changes. Demo! The glimmer from Karen, right? That's the star that she was given by Karen, that Karen purchased for her. That's what holds her through. That's what shines on in this moment. And that's what triggers this transformation. Lines from the thing. Lines from the actual thing. Okay. So on Nana's side, I bid farewell to this world steeped in sorrow. I turn back in the face of despair. Yeah. And the idea that she will protect everyone that's important to her, and that she like voluntells Hikari, you're already one of us. You are under my wing and my protection. Whether you want it or not. Deal. But this is the review of isolation. Two characters who are deeply isolated are fighting each other for very different reasons. What is Daibanana fighting for? To maintain it. What is Hikari fighting for? Well, it changes. It changes right here, right in this moment, where she comes to the revelation, realizes that it is her bond with Hikari that is important, and it is in that moment that the light shines, and I could feel it. Our dream is taking shape. But what does it look like? Our shared starlight. That's the answer. We could name her weapon if we wanted to. We could name her weapon. What would be a good name for her weapon, you think? I think a really good name for her dagger blade thing would be Shared Starlight. Because it's a star that gleams, and it's inherently related to bonds and connections because of the string that connects to her. Okay. Okay. Hikari was once trying to protect Karen via her isolation, right? And to protect herself via her isolation. By cutting herself off from Karen and everyone else, she was outwardly what she said was it's to protect Karen, but it's also to protect her because she would end up wanting to reach out. And that would be a weakness. Here, right here, in this moment, what changes for Hikari that sparks this change in her weapon and this change in the song, because the song completely changes after the instrumental interlude. Suddenly we're in this big orchestral piece for this set piece And then it changes again. More pure and calm. I don't know. So, she says a couple things. She says that she is bound to the stage by the promise that they've made. That's a bit earlier, but she does say it. And that's exactly what her weapon does. The big demo in the middle that changes everything. The star gleams, the spotlights shine. Our dream is taking shape. We planted a small seed and now it grows, guided by the star. Together we can make a miracle happen. Direct opposition to Dai Banana. Character who wants to remain isolated, who maintains it, and a character who accepts the connection that she has, the real connection, and gains power from it. Reaching out toward where you are, heading for our promised place. Nana does not reach out. This whole sequence, when she actually bursts through and swings through, this is where the music really changes again. This is where I get chills. Right there. I've wanted to see you all this time. Honesty with herself. And the final strike. Boom. Get dropped, Nana. Glorious. And she is once again bound to position 0 by the thingamajiggy. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I like this episode way too much. I like this episode a lot. Like a lot. Hikari ends up a bit liberated, ends up connected, ends up free of her isolation, and regains some of her glimmer of her own accord, and through the bond with her friend. And now Nana and Karen are matched. We'll see how that goes. All right. All in all, I think this is one of the easy top 3 episodes so far. Potentially my favorite episode so far. Definitely my favorite review song and actual battle so far, both thematically and just visually and audio wise in the song itself. The whole thing was really good. I love this episode. That's it for me. I'm done. I'm gonna walk away before we blather more about things that don't matter. If I missed things, throw them in the comments. That's cool. But otherwise, I will see you next week for episode 9 of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight, where I kind of don't know what's going to happen. What was the title? I forgot what the title was again. What was the title? I understand the Destined 2 is it. I understand. And then, on the night of the Star Festival. No idea what that means. No idea. Okay, cool. This has been fun. I'll see you next week. Peace.